What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to the Game Week 7 team selection stream. Hope you are all doing well. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well and having a good time as well. This is currently the team for Game Week 7 as things stand. No changes as at the moment, at least in terms of what I'm going to do. I'm gonna roll the transfer. At least that's the plan at the moment. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. Let me just quickly get this working. FPL Gov, welcome. How are you doing? How are things going? Welcome. Let me put the chat over here. I'm just trying to get things slightly working in terms of my screen. So FPL Gov is over here. Put this YouTube chat down here. All right, nice. We're doing good. So this is how it looks like. Vice captaincy. I think it's between Gyökeres and Bruno Fernandes. I'll probably keep it on Bruno Fernandes. And armband is on Haaland. No changes. Rolling the transfer. Joe Pedro is the only one who gets benched, and Gyökeres starts. That's kind of the changes that I have made basically. So yeah, that's basically me for my team. Nothing really else. I have thought about obviously Saka is on the thumbnail. Freddy, welcome. How are you doing? With Saka on the thumbnail, I have considered potentially even having Saka as a transfer for next week. All depends on how things go. So like game week 8, I'll get to it. And do I do it in game week 8? Because I would want to bench boost, so I need to have a look into that as well. So it'll be like I was thinking initially like Bruno Fernandes to Saka, which would mean I could do Javi Simons out most likely. I could even do Endai to Ismail Sarr. I think is not too bad. 6.4 million. Yes, I can do Endai to Ismail Sarr as well. That's another option. Or I could just keep Endai, to be honest. Oh, I could even go to a different player. West Ham, who are they playing? They're playing Brentford. I could even go and get Paqueta as well, potentially, if I wanted to get Paqueta for West Ham's nice run as well. So I have to kind of have a look in terms of what specific move I wanted to do for game week 8. Paqueta is one. I mean, Sean Longstaff, if I wanted really against Burnley, I could go there as well. Roku, welcome. Revolution as well, welcome. So this is kind of how we're looking. I mean, Javi Simons could also move to Ismail Sarr, but I can wait on that as well if I wanted to. But Bruno Fernandes to Saka could very well happen. I have 0.1 difference. As long as Saka doesn't rise during the international break, because that's the only risk, right? Buying Saka before, have to wait for the international break to finish to see that no injuries and all don't happen. So that's the only thing to be careful about. So yeah, that's kind of where my team is at the moment. 88 points on 398 now, 60 in the mini league, says Roku. Ooh, let's have a look. Where is Roku? No, Roku, you're third in the mini league. Triple captaincy of Roku's paid off successfully. So for all of you who triple captain, congratulations. Well done. Good going. We've got Freddy's team as well. I've got Freddy's team. I'll load that up as well. So this is Freddy's team as well. And then I also had, I think in the Discord, it was Dom. We have Nick as well with a free hit draft, interestingly. So I'll load Nick's free hit draft. And we had Dom. Did Dom have? Yeah, this is Dom's team, I think, as well. So I've got a few teams up here. So we'll start with Roku first of all. Obviously, Rea, Senesi, Van de Ven, Anderson, Keane. Roku hit the correct Everton defender. And I know, Roku, you were looking to go Keane as a differential, basically. Oh, you just wanted an Everton defender and you couldn't afford Tarkowski, I think. And he just went Keane, and oh my days, what a return there. Kudus, Salah, Semenyo, Gyökeres, Joe Pedro, and Haaland. Basically, Keane, Senesi, and Haaland were and obviously Semenyo were the delivers in terms of points. So well played there. Guehi, unfortunate on the bench. It is what it is. So, Roku, what's your plan for you in terms of transfers? What are you thinking? Are you rolling the transfer? What's the situation? And then apart from Roku, we also have Freddie's team. This is Freddie is basically thinking Joe Pedro to Gyökeres. 2 free transfers will carry second free transfer until after international break. So he'll have 2 free transfers in game week 8 as well. That's where Freddie is at the moment. So Tarkowski, Senesi, Gabriel, Rea. Tarkowski, man, at least Defcon in this game against Crystal Palace, hopefully. Foden, Semenyo, Bruno Fernandes, Reinders, Endai, Haaland, and Joao Pedro is his lineup. Richards on the bench alongside Van de Ven and Mark Yu. Freddie, have you played your bench boost? Just check in. Did you play your bench boost? Roku says, I'm selling Keane for 4 million defender. As Moyes said, Brantford is now back. So get the points and move away. 4 million defender. So if you're looking 4 million defender, I think Roden from Leeds is one option. There is also the 2 Sunderland defenders if you wanted to go there as well. Hashank, welcome. Hashank, how are you doing as well? Welcome. How are things going? Where did my OBS disappear to? Here we go. Muhin, welcome. Didn't wildcard triple captain Haaland wildcarding this week? Nice. So Muhin, do you have your wildcard draft? I just uploaded a wildcard video a couple of hours ago. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, a couple of hours ago, I did a wildcard video just going through some players that you can look at for a wildcard draft because Muhin obviously requested it on the pod, but we didn't do it on the pod, so I did a separate video for that. Freddie's used bench boosting game week 2. That makes sense. Okay, fair enough. So Freddie has no issues in terms of bench problems. Harshang says, I still have Salah, no Haaland. Ooh, you would want to get Haaland. I'd probably want to get Haaland, to be honest. Tiger, welcome. How are you doing? Thinking of either selling King for Xhaka or Anderson VDV for Dan Burn with extra 0.5 million got from downgrade. King for Xhaka. Josh King for Xhaka, I don't know about that. Doesn't seem like too much of an upgrade, Josh King to Xhaka at the moment. Anderson has gone down in price, right? Forrest Anderson, or was it a different Anderson? Yeah, Forrest Anderson went down in price if I'm not mistaken. Unless you're talking Fulham Anderson. Fulham Anderson or Van de Ven to Dan Burn. That might not be a bad shout if you wanted to go there as well for that one. I would also like to get, I guess Gabriel, we need to see about Gabriel's injury as well, but I guess you're wanting to see whether you want to get a second Arsenal attacker or second Arsenal defender. Have you thought about that, Roku, in terms of Arsenal? Like, is it Gyökeres only, or are you looking to double up on Arsenal attack or double up on Arsenal defense? Tiger, how is things going? I sent you my team. Let me load it up as well. It's on Instagram, right? I think. 252 points. Oh, I've seen your video. I will do almost the same of your draft. All right, no worries. On Sesko for 5 game weeks, the 1 game week I really see he scores. Yeah, that was a tough call. That's a tough one. Ricardo. So this is one from Ricardo. Should I wildcard this Saar going down the radar? I've mentioned him. Sent you a message on the YouTube channel. I did see it about the Haaland triple captain. I heart reacted the one. Unless you sent another one, and then I didn't see that new one. Saar going down. No. I mentioned him on the wildcard video. 2 from Arsenal is enough for me. Thinking of getting Newcastle assets. Fair enough. Fair points. This is from Ricardo. Should I wildcard this team in Game Week 7 or 8? I mean, it's not a bad team for Game Week 7. I think Game Week 8 is potentially a better wildcard window. I think this team can stay as it is for Game Week. I guess it's the Arsenal assets that are missing. Where to send teams, says Super. Welcome. You can either send it on X. So my X account is there. If you're on X, you can send it on Instagram as well. Football Chatbox on Instagram. Or you could also, so if you follow on X, there is a tweet. Actually, let me share the tweet. You can put it in the tweet. of the X if you're on X. If you're otherwise, there's also the Discord for anyone who wants to join the Discord. That's although from the YouTube members area right now. That's behind the YouTube members area. If anyone wants to join that one, let me put this. There we go. I should probably pin that. Even triple captain Semenyo as a differential. You triple captain Semenyo. I mean, it was almost looking pretty decent, right? It looked good for until 88 minutes. It looked good. So Keane 4.5 million to Roden 4 million and Van der Ven Anderson to Damben for 5 million for a -4. Do you really need to do a -4 though? Is it really needed? Who does Anderson have this week? So you start, let's say you start Senesi, Van der Ven, and you get Dan Burn and start him this week. Yeah, okay, I don't mind it if you want to do something like. You can also play Guehi as well, to be honest. Joseph, welcome chat. I am sitting off in the background. No worries. You could. Can you play Guehi? You probably can play Guehi as well if you really wanted to. What's on the Discord? If you're in the Discord, you had to put it in the rate my team section on the Discord. So this is Roku's. Freddy's is looking fine. Freddy is also in okay situation. This one was obviously Nick's free hit draft. So Nick has gone for a free hit draft. He's gone Rea, Van der Ven, Munoz, Guardiola, Bruno, Reinders, Semenyo, Kudus, Saka, Haaland, and Gyökeres as a free hit. That's not a bad free hit. Anything that could be differential for this week's free hit? Gordon potentially against Forest. Maybe not. Not really. Nothing else. Anything else would I buy? I'm not sure about Van der Ven, Nick. If Nick is still watching. I don't know if Nick is watching or he might be off and watch this later. Van der Ven, I'm not really sure. On a defensive perspective. Doesn't really get DEFCON per se. He's gone for attacking fullbacks. So he's hoping for attacking returns more than DEFCON or clean sheets. So we'll have to see. I wonder what Nick is planning in terms of defensive moves. And this one is from Dom. Dom has Gabriel, Senesi, Tarkowski, Richards, Reinders, Bruno, Endai, Semenyo, Haaland, Gyökeres, Joe Pedro on the bench, Caicedo and Mukiele as well on the bench. And I guess Dom was asking, thinking of bench boosting. I don't know if I would really bench boost this team. Requires Joe Pedro to, requires Chelsea to kind of step up and get something from Liverpool, which might be possible, but I don't know if I would realistically bench boost it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you guys bench boost this team? I'm not sure. I'm 50-50 on this. Would you bench boost? Would you not bench boost? Let me know in the comments. I guess you could potentially bench boost, but you guys let me know in the comments what do you think. I have shared my wildcard draft on a Twitter comment. Okay, I will bring it up then. I'm moving earlier. Newcastle players got 2 from Arsenal already. I can maybe wait another game week and would avoid the -4. You could potentially wait another game week. It's a good fixture though. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good fixture this week if you wanted to bring in a Newcastle player. It's not too bad. So you could if you wanted to. Up to you on that one. But if you can avoid the -4, where the drop-off of like defenders, because you have Guehi as well on the bench, right? The drop-off is not going to be too much. Like if you could hit a few DEFCON from Guehi this week. But I can see why you would want to, because like Anderson doesn't have necessarily the best of fixtures. You would want Bournemouth. You have Bournemouth attack in Semenyo. You definitely want Bournemouth attack to deliver against Fulham. Keane, obviously we don't know if he'll play or not. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Keane still maintains his spot and Branthwaite is eased back in. Guehi against Everton is a very interesting fixture. Send my free hit draft on Twitter. All right, I will have a look at that as well. So let me load those as well. This one is from Ricardo. I just had a look. Tiger. This is Tiger's team. Let me, to make sure that I've kind of seen y'all's messages. I will heart react. So this is Tiger's team from, what's this Tiger's team? Yeah, here we go. This is the one that he's playing this week. Petrovic, Senesi, Van de Ven, Richards. Already play my free transfer. Okay, yeah. Senesi, Van de Ven, Richards, Eze, Endai, Reinders, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Haaland, captaincy, and Gyökeres, Joe Pedro, Diouf, Esteve, and Dubravka on the bench. I think I asked you on the YouTube comments, Tiger, have you thought about when you were looking to wildcard or anything like that? And then this one was from Andy as well, that was sent earlier, where he's gone for a back five and Reinders and Richarlison on the bench. Now this is not too bad for a bench boost, to be honest. If he had one, that was, I don't know if he's used his bench boost. It's a very interesting team. I would like to start Reinders and Richarlison ideally. Maybe bench Joe Pedro. And potentially, who do you bench? I don't know. Probably Guehi. Haven't thought. Oh, Calafiori maybe. Hard to tell. Haven't thought it, as I'm still happy with my team so far. Fair enough. I think I might potentially look to bench one of the defenders to start Reinders or Richarlison. When you think wildcard, I think game week 8 is one. I think the other option is game week 13. You could probably do 13 as well, potentially. Looking at your team, you could probably do 13. Play around with it and see in terms of a transfer picker. But your team looks in a pretty decent spot that I think game week 13 is one option. All right, we got Muhin and Supa as well. We'll start with Supa, who sent the team first. So this is Supa's team, free hit team for game week 7. Nick Pope, Julian Timber, Senesi, Calafiori, Cash, Saka, Bruno, Foden, Watkins, Haaland, and Walter Marder. Ooh, this is a very interesting team. I'll be a bit careful with Calafiori. Andy, welcome. I just missed me. Yes, you just missed me. The question I asked for you, Andy, in terms of your team was, I would have probably either Reinders or Richarlison I would have wanted to start this week. Maybe potentially at the expense of even Guehi. Mark Guehi potentially. Is what I'm thinking. That's kind of where I was at. Maybe start Richarlison. Oh, the other thing was I would have even benched Joe Pedro maybe and started Reinders. Like I would have started maybe Reinders over Joe Pedro and then Richarlison over Guehi. Or Richarlison first over Joe Pedro and then Reinders over Guehi. But you get the gist. That's kind of what Guehi is like the second transfer option. Like maybe Joe Pedro to be bench first and then Guehi is the second bench option. Alright, so this is from Supa. In terms of free hit, Pope, yes. Julian Timber, yes. Senesi, yes. Calafiori, be careful in terms of minutes. He doesn't get full 90 minutes. So that's the only thing. Julian Timber should be fine this week because I know Ben White played in the Champions League. I can't see Ben White playing back-to-back games. So Timber should be fine for this week. Cash against Burnley. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. For this week, it's not way too bad. Saka, Bruno, Foden. Saka, Bruno, Foden. Can we get anyone better? Watkins, Haaland, and Walter Marder. are we missing? Anthony Gordon is another option as well, I should say. He took the penalty for Newcastle in the Champions League, so it looks like Anthony Gordon is on pens. Anyone else that maybe? I guess Brighton. If only, like I've kind of punted on Brighton I was on another podcast on FPL Sidenet Pete. I was on his podcast and we had a discussion in terms of goodwill punting, and I did mention Minte against Wolves as a decent option this week as well. But just trying to think of other teams that you would want to get in. Yeah, I think with the Arsenal, Spurs, the only thing with Spurs is trying to figure out the correct Spurs player is not easy. That's the only thing. Like Spurs, you don't know which. Like, I got Xavi Simons, but he's not a 90-minute player as well, so a bit annoying there. I think this is not too bad overall. What do you think of Bruno Fernandes on penalties? I think he will remain on penalties. I can't see him not being on penalties. If he misses another one, then it's going to be a bit more tricky. But I still think for the moment, he'll be on penalties. And then this is Muhin's wildcard draft that we're about to bring up. So this is Muhin's wildcard draft. Pope and Dubravka. I got 136 in UCL played limitless chip. Wow, that's a huge score. Yeah, I'm assuming you already had Haaland as a captain, right? He got 2 goals as well. And the man of the match as well. So that gets like another additional set of points. Pope, Dubravka. Did you have Rasmus Højlund, who also got 2 goals? Interestingly, imagine all these players who leave Manchester United are doing so much more better. And they're getting man of the match performances in Champions Leagues. Here we are without Europe on the other hand. Pope, Dubravka, Gabriel, Senesi, Guehi, Van de Ven, Alderete. Yep, yeah, he managed to get Alderete in before the price rise. Saka, Semenyo, Anthony, Jadon Anthony from Burnley, Enzo, and Reinders. I didn't really mention Jadon Anthony on my draft. Maybe I could have given him a shout out. But yeah, that's not too bad if you want to go there. It's a cheap option. Who would you go instead for? Cheaper option. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Don't expect too much from Jadon Anthony though, is what I would say. Haaland, Gyökeres, and Voltemada is not too bad as well, to be honest. Joe Pedro also, I should say Chelsea's fixtures will improve from game week 8. So it's not too bad, but I guess for this week you're playing a 3-4-3. Voltemada as a punt is also not too bad, to be honest. I don't mind this front 3. How much in the bank, Muhin? How much in the bank for this team? I captained Mbappe and had Haaland and Kane. I know Harry Kane did well. How did Mbappe go? I didn't look at Real. I think Real Madrid they've lost in the league, right? Did they win here? They won 5-0. Okay, fair enough. Hat-trick for Mbappe. Okay, makes sense. Fair enough. 0.8 in the back. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad. What would I have different? I guess the only thing I probably... Spurs defense and Van de Ven. I know this week Spurs defense and Van de Ven is good. After that, it's like... fixtures after that are a bit mixed bag for Spurs, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, am I just like picturing that? You guys can't see that. Every time I go, I've realized that when I do the videos, I go and I show you guys the FDR, and you guys can't even see the team. Oh, you guys can see the team here. Oh, it's on the other, because when I'm doing it on the other panel, you guys can't see the team. I should probably look into why this is different from the other one. Anyways, so Spurs, Leeds, Aston Villa, Everton, Chelsea, United, Arsenal. Like after this, the defensive chances are not that great, right? Here we are with our Spurs fan. Mikhail, how are you doing? Welcome. So Spurs defensive assets, like from, I guess game week 8 is not too bad against Aston Villa as well, but like it's a bit tricky after that, is what I would say. The rest of the team I actually don't mind. Looks pretty good. If you wanted to get Ismail Sarr, how would you do that? Although I'm not sure with Ismail Sarr in terms of like we need to see Europe and rotation and everything as well. But yeah, just a question on that, Muhin, as well. If you were thinking of it, could also end up being Voltemada to Mateta as well potentially. But yeah, Mbappe did well. Yes, Enzo seems the best Chelsea asset on pens too until Palmer is back. Yeah, probably. I think still him and Joao Pedro. I would add Joao Pedro just because he's the only striker available at the moment. But yeah. Do you suggest Van de Ven to Rodon? Yeah, that's also not too bad to free up some cash. If then you wanted to like do Jadon Anthony to Ismail Sarr, that will give you cash to do it. If you wanted to do something like that. Hey, you had Saka at 9.8. How did you get Saka at 9.8? Did he rise up in price twice or something? Oh, he's 9.8. Okay, my bad. Also, Muhin, here's a question to you. Have you played your bench boost chip? That's another question. Spurs win 2-1 against Man City, lose against Leeds. Yeah. Who knows? We'll see. Leeds are not a good team. Leeds are not an easy team at home. Here's a question to everyone as well. Everyone in the chat. Because I would get Saar if I was wildcard this week. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't mind. Like, if you want to get Saar, that's also a pretty good option. I really want Saar for the Palace. Yeah, fair enough. Here's a question to everyone who didn't play their triple captaincy last week. For those of you who didn't play your triple captaincy last week, when do you plan on playing your triple captaincy? Bench boost game week 8 is my plan. So bench boost game week 8, you would have what? Alderate against Wolves. If you were to get Rodon, it'll be against Burnley, and Dubravka will be against Leeds, and then Jadon Anthony against Jadon Anthony will be against Leeds as well. If you get Ismail Sarr, game week 8, Crystal Palace have Bournemouth. It's not too bad. It's Bournemouth at home. I mean, it's Palace at home, so it's not too bad in that specific situation. I'm 299k. Insane. Andy is doing really well, even after taking a minus 20 as well. Should I protect my rank, 50k overall, and captain Haaland like everyone else, or go different than captain Gyökeres? I'll probably captain Haaland for now, mainly due to not rank protection, but more Gyökeres hasn't really gone off per se. Like he hasn't been in goal scoring form, right? If Gyökeres was in goal scoring form, then I think you could have had a case to be captaining Gyökeres. The same thing with Bruno Fernandes as well. Initially, I had Bruno Fernandes penciled as the best captaincy option for this week. But then Haaland has just been on insane fire, and here Bruno Fernandes is missing penalties. That now I'm like, okay, Haaland's just on insane fire. He's a striker on form. So I can't see why you wouldn't captain him. Lal Remsanga, welcome. Minte or Enzo? Oh, that's a hard one. Is it for this week or from next week onwards? If it's this week, I would say Minte. From next week onwards, I would say Enzo. Haaland in Game Week 13. Who does he have? I've heard that also mentioned. So Haaland has Brentford this week. Game Week 13, he has Leeds at home. Yeah, actually, that's not too bad. But will these Leeds teams be easy? I guess it's Leeds at home and not Leeds away. So it's not too bad overall. There is also Sunderland in 15, but this is Sunday the 7th of December, which is just after a midweek fixture as well. Better be careful this Christmas period, like it's the start of the Christmas period. It's like you start having midweek fixtures as well. Yeah, I guess 13 is pretty good. 15, Sunderland. The only thing is Sunderland defensively have been pretty good so far. So I can see that being a bit of a tougher game. Yeah. I guess 7 is not too bad. Captain in Haaland, and I did wildcard. When did you wildcard, Manish? Have you wildcarded this week or you already wildcarded? Sarr can be a great option, but I will wait and see if they have Europa games now. That's the thing. That's the only thing that's kind of wait. Like I want to wait on Ismail Sarr. Because Palace don't have the biggest squad, so I want to see how rotation is going to be played for Crystal Palace before getting some Crystal Palace attack. If Gunners score 3 goals, Gyökeres only get 1 team share the returns. Probably. I'll send my team later because I got 3 defenders, 3 Palace defenders. Oh, okay. Becky, welcome. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm late. No worries. Completely fine. Game week 10 is good for triple captaincy. Who though? Game week 10, Gyökeres. Who is Gyökeres playing in game week 10? But Gyökeres needs to be on proper form. Oh, Burnley. Could also be Saka, to be honest. Game week 10 could also be Saka. Although I don't trust Saka's minutes. That's the only problem. I'd rather have Haaland triple captaincy than Saka triple captaincy. Gyökeres, if he's on really good form, could make a case. But at the moment, no. And it's a away game as well. If it was Arsenal at home, I would have been even more confident. Sunday I did due to rises in prices. Fair enough. Do you think there will be some fake injury before international break? Like stopping someone. Who is more likely to get a fake injury though? Could be. There might be a few. I don't know how many. We don't see it as much nowadays, but there might be a few. Which game week do you plan to use a free hit? I'm thinking game week 11 as City play Liverpool and I got both Salah and Haaland in my team. That's a very good question. I haven't really thought about that. If I was to play a free hit, I should probably start thinking about that as well. So I'll have Arsenal players who will play Chelsea in 13. That's not too bad. 15 they play Aston Villa. 16 they play Wolves. So Arsenal don't really have any issues. You're saying City play Liverpool in game week 11. Yeah, maybe that, but I only have like Reinders and Haaland at the moment. I don't have any Liverpool assets, but I might end up with some Liverpool options. JP is not in the Brazil squad. Yes. Amazing news. He's carrying a knock though. So amazing news. That is very good news. So don't have to worry about. Anyways, he's going to play, right? Because he's a nice guy who got suspended for all us FPL managers, so that he's not going to be playing midweek in Europe as well. So which means he'll play the Forest game and he'll play the Sunderland game as well. What a nice guy. My lead rank is 85, planning to transfer out JP and Gakpo. The last free transfer probably Reinders to Doku. That feels like a bit sideways, but if you're feeling it, then do it. Otherwise, I think that one is something gets slightly be avoided. But that's on you. If you're feeling the move, yes. Gyökeres is coming to form. We'll hope so. Geeta, welcome. Is it okay to try out Salah, to transfer out Salah for Saka? Yes, I don't mind that if you wanted to do that. What's the top 3 Arsenal picks? I'd go Gyökeres. No, so I would start with Gabriel in defense. Just monitor his injury status. I think he should be fine for the injury, but just keep an eye out for injury, Gabriel. I still probably go Gyökeres because I think that his minutes are good. He's getting the fixtures are going to improve. And then I just feel like Saka, because of the talisman, like he's their main star player, right? So I just think Saka might be that one. Third one. Haaland might lose form. He doesn't seem like he's losing form anytime soon. I could free hit blank game week 29 of 33, then either triple captain 29, 33 or 36 due to the cup blank. But then Manish will get a new set of chips then. So you need to think about your current set of chips. We'll leave the second set of chips for when we get the brand new set of chips for the second half of this season. We can think about it. Wanikwan, welcome. Roofs, Donnarumma, Tarkovsky, Burn, Timbers, Tennessee, Chalabao, Enzo, Paqueta, Semenyo, Grealish, Anthony, Haaland, Gyökeres, Walter. I have 3 free transfers. Who should I change beside Chalabao? Plan to bench boost. Oh, you plan to bench boost. Taco, Burn, Timbers, Senesi, Chalaba. So Chalaba has got to go. Enzo, Paqueta. Paqueta is playing Arsenal, but I guess you'd want Paqueta after as well. Semenyo, Grealish, Anthony. That Anthony is Jaden Anthony from Burnley, isn't it? Or playing Aston Villa, which is not a bad fixture to be honest. Haaland, Jokeris, Walter Marder. I guess Chalobah is the one that I can think of. Like others, mm, do you have money to go to Saka? Like Grealish to Saka or something? Do you have cash for that? Because Grealish will be not available for next week. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, thoughts of Martinelli. Minutes, not as confident on his minutes. That's the only thing. Saw a post on Twitter that Newcastle and Sunderland rotation gives you a home fixture every game week until the season ends. No, it doesn't give you. I think it does, but I went through this on the wildcard video that I did today, where I looked at Pope and Rufus as a goalkeeper transfer rotation. But when we looked at the fixtures, and I can look at it now, you won't be playing them every home game because there'll be games where it's just way too hard, and then you have to do from a home switches to like away switch. Let me explain this a bit more better. So let me just show you guys the pictures. So we're in Game Week 7, right? Newcastle and Sunderland. Hopefully this is big enough. Yes, this should be big enough for you guys, I think. Let me make it bigger. Oh, okay, that's too big. Because now you end up missing everything. Just keep it. Okay, just keep it like this. So you have Forest for Newcastle. Then you go to Sunderland, who play Wolves. You go to Newcastle, who play Fulham. Right, 3 home games. Then you go to Sunderland. Oh, this is why it switches, because Sunderland play Everton and Newcastle play West Ham away. So you could potentially end up with West Ham away, a Newcastle away fixture. Then you could still maintain the Newcastle away fixture with Brentford, because you won't do home, right? Because Sunderland at home is Arsenal and Newcastle at home is City. You're not going to do something like that. You start switching to a away fixture combination. So like West Ham, Brentford, you go Fulham for Sunderland when Newcastle have Man City. Then you swap to Newcastle back again, who play Everton. Because I don't know if you'd want Sunderland against Bournemouth personally. And then you maintain your Newcastle till like game week 16, because Sunderland's fixtures after that, they're like Liverpool, City, Newcastle. Bournemouth, Liverpool, City, Newcastle. So you wouldn't start your new Sunderland defenders in those one. Then when it comes to game week 17, you'll switch back to your Sunderland defender for Brighton. Game week 18, you could potentially start both. But realistically, you probably play your Sunderland defender against Leeds. And then game week 19, you play your Newcastle defender. So that's kind of the rotation that I've looked at. I mean, you can go season end as well, but that's just way too far in the future that I'll just think of the first half of the season for now. But yeah, you kind of get the gist. So yeah, 1-1. I guess Chalobah is the only one. Like the others, it all depends on like what you're planning on. Like I guess the question is, have you played your wildcard chip? And the other question I have for you is, have you thought of like, because you have Rufus as well, have you considered a game week 8 bench boost? The only thing with the game week 8 bench boost is Tarkowski will be playing City. Grealish will not be available at all, and then you have Anthony playing Leeds. So that's another like slight difference for the bench boost if you're thinking of game week 8 as well. Palmer will be back for you. I don't know. We'll think about Palmer later. It'll be the same chip, won't it? Second season? Yes. But we'll think about the second half of the season when it gets closer. Burn and Mukiele combination. Yeah, that could be pretty good. Rohan, welcome. When's good to play bench boost? At the moment, so there are some of you who are playing it this week, which is not too bad as well. Very team dependent. Game week 8 and game week 9 has some good fixtures as well. Again, very team dependent. So it depends on who you guys have in your teams. So you guys have to put your teams move to game week 8. Like this is my team in game week 8. I have Mukiele against Wolves, Dubravka against Leeds, Roden against Burnley. I'm not expecting Dubravka to keep a clean sheet, but if he keeps some save points, nice. Endai, I can probably sub out and bring in like a Paqueta if I wanted to. West Ham, who play that specific week, they play Brentford. So I could do something like that as well, where I bring in Paqueta instead of Endai. So there are like a few moves I can do game week 8 as well. So that's kind of where I am at in terms of bench boost. Otherwise, it's Game Week 9 as well, if you guys want to go. So that you guys have to kind of consider that. Now, I was supposed to bring up another team, which I think was Becky's team, which I think I loaded. Yes, this is Becky's team. 85 points on the triple captaincy. Was there someone else? Mikel Werner's as well. Here we go. Let me close some of these teams because what happened to Super? Califiori got rested. That's why I'm thinking of bringing him in, says Super. Okay. Super said Califiori got rested. That's why. Okay. I missed Super's comment. Sorry, Super. So yeah, Super was saying Califiori got rested. That's why I'm thinking of Califiori. Fair enough. That makes sense. But he's still probably not going to play in 90 minutes. Super. That's the only thing I would mention. Nehal posted my next two. Yes, I saw that come through. So let me first close a few of these teams. The Freddy's, we had a look. Nick's free hit team. Dom's team. This one is Ricardo's, I think. This is Super's team. We'll keep that for the moment. This is Roku. We've had a look. All right, Becky. Then we have Nehal. And then Nehal's on a free hit as well. I didn't know so many of you guys were on free hits this week. I would have changed my wildcard draft to a wildcard and free hit draft, to be honest, instead of just a wildcard draft. But it is what it is. It's okay. And this is Mikel's team as well. Played wildcard and triple captain. Plan Chalobah to Gabriel, as others seem okay to me. Or should I just save it? Yeah, I probably do Chalobah to Gabriel. That I would do. So which game week should I use bench boost? You can do it this week. There's also game week 8. Looking at your team, game week 8 is also not too bad. But in game week 8, you will have to remove Jack Grealish because he's not available to play against Manchester City because he's on loan. So if that's a problem, then I would just play it this week. So you need to consider that as well. So depending on our teams for bench boost, bench boost is a very team dependent chip. Gakpo. Alright, let's talk about Becky's team. Gakpo more chance with Ekitike out, do you think? Should be, right? He should play, right? Liverpool's start is so uninspiring. Liverpool at the moment in terms of attack, I just don't know who to pick, guys. I'm just like, I can't even tell you who exactly you really should be picking. I'm not really sure what to do with Gakpo, but yeah. Manish is on 84 points. Nice. For good game week. Alright, so this is Becky's. Verbruggen, Diouf, Roden, Senesi, Gakpo, Reinders, Salah, Shrewsbury Hall, Joe Pedro, Haaland, and Watkins. The faith in Watkins. Finally, Becky is the only manager here, or at least one of the few managers here, to have kept Watkins for this long and finally see some returns. Now, the question for Becky. I guess Shrewsbury Hall can be benched this week because he'll be back for next week. What are you thinking of doing? Because you don't have any Arsenal players. That's the team that kind of stands out the most. There's also a few other midfielders that are missing, but Arsenal is the one that stands out right now. And then there was... this is Nehal's free hit tree. So Nehal on a free hit. He's gone for Mamadashvili from Liverpool. New goalkeeper. Fair enough. Senesi, Dogo, Patrick Dogo. Ooh, Nehal. I don't know. This one you might have to get a second opinion on Nehal. I might be too critical of Manchester United players at the moment. So maybe it's probably best to also check with some Patrick Dogo as well. I mean, it could work out. I just don't know if he can keep a clean sheet. And this is Rohan's team as well. Saka, Mbeumo, Gordon, Minte. I don't mind that midfield. What is exactly missing? Would you get another City attacker? Not really needed. Watkins, Gyökeres, and Haaland. The faith in Watkins. Fair enough. It's against Burnley, so you probably should try it. But don't expect too much from Watkins. I'll tell you that now itself. Don't expect too much from Watkins. He had only one shot on target in the last game. But the front line overall should be fine. Saka, Mbeumo, Gordon. Mbeumo I don't mind actually. Mbeumo I don't mind. Saka, Mbeumo, Gordon, Minte. That's fine as a midfield 3. Midfield 4. Senesi, Gabriel, yes. Mamadashvili, I guess he will make a couple of saves. I don't know if Liverpool will keep a clean sheet, personally. At the moment, I don't know if Liverpool will keep a clean sheet. And Dogu will have attacking threat. Again, I don't know if Dogu will keep a clean sheet. If Manchester United start Bayern in goal, I can't really see Dogu keeping a clean sheet again. No, after Man United from Villa fan, keep Watkins. Either Gyökeres or Martinelli. I would go Gyökeres. JP's defa out till Palmer is back. Just who Watkins really trolling. Yeah. If you can go Saka, can you go to Saka, Becky? Or do you have to sell Salah to get to Saka? I've been holding on to Watkins till now. Fair enough. So you got his points last week then? Okay, one more week. And then you sell it. You get rid permanently. It's a confidence thing with Watkins. The entire Aston Villa team is on... The confidence of the entire Aston Villa team is like on a knife edge. Honestly, Watkins should have had an assist too, but Rodgers got it the way. Yes, that's very true. That I would agree, yes. Watkins might start scoring now. He's like that. He's like Pringles. So that's Nehal's one. This one is from Mikel Werner. Donnarumma, Senesi, Calafiori, Guehi, Dan Burns, Semenyo, Xavi, Grealish, Rice, Gyökeres, Haaland, Mateta on the bench. Maybe Enzo, Van de Ven and Nick Pope. Very interesting bench. Donnarumma, Nick Pope on the bench. Ooh, this is a very interesting... Mikel, have you thought of bench boosting this team? It's a very interesting team. Sent you a message on Instagram about the Mrs. team. Alright, I'll load that as well. Mamadashvili only because of the price point. Other option is having Webbruggen instead. Fair enough. Yeah, you have 0.1 in the bank. Okay, never mind. Stay with Mamadashvili. You might get some save points. Stay with Mamadashvili. That's Tigers Mrs. team. Yeah, Ryan, before last weekend, I said Man United is bad as Villa. You said Man United are not that bad. I feel like we're still not that bad. But our manager is making us play bad. That's the thing. We have a good squad. We just have a bad manager. Why did I load the fantasy low? Surely, wait, is Aston Villa above Manchester United right now? No, they're not, right? Wow, they're 1 point behind. They're going to be above Manchester United this week. Oh, my days. I'm a Waka raid at bench was 9, so no more Watkins post this. He's on our last dance too. Fair enough. Shared both teams on XS, Rohan. So this is Rohan's first team that I got. And Rohan was saying team 1, one free transfer available. Thinking of Mo Salah to Saka. Yep, I don't mind that if you wanted to do that. Mo Salah to Saka. I am not against that for this team, Rohan. Sent my team on this. Wait, Manish, did you send it on Discord or did you send it on X? Where exactly did you send it? And then this was Rohan's second team. Oh, I think you sent it on Discord. Yes, here it is. This is Manish's team as well. But we'll have a look at that after I've had a look at Tigers Mrs. team. So this is Rohan's second team. And he says, one free transfer available. Thinking of replacing Bruno to someone. No, I wouldn't replace Bruno on this team. I'd keep Bruno for one more week, Manish. Not Manish, Rohan. I'll keep Bruno Fernandes for one more team in this week. This one, I think you just roll the transfer for this one. There's no real need to change it. Just roll the transfer on this one. If I sell JP, I can fit Gakpo for Saka. And 6.1 million budget for a striker. 6.1 million budget for a striker. Thiago from Brentford is one that pops to mind. I really don't want to suggest Calvert-Lewin, but he's probably the other one. But I really don't. I don't trust Calvert-Lewin's fitness. But yeah, we both shouldn't be there. That is probably true. Although I would argue maybe Aston Villa shouldn't be there. Manchester United are there because their manager has put them there. Discord says, Manish, I got it up. I'll send again if someone gets injured or red card. Yeah, okay, cool. At the moment, we don't really see that changing, right? Rohan, I think this one can rotate. I mean, you can roll the transfer. And then this is Tigers Mrs. team. Recent subs, the English Aussie is good. I did subscribe to the... I think I subscribed to the English Aussie. And he subscribed to me as well. And he mentioned it. I did subscribe to his channel. I should probably watch more of his videos. I haven't seen it on my subscription box yet. Verbruggen, Van de Ven, Calafiori, Senesi, Semenyo, Enzo, Kudus, Rogers, Eze. Is the English Aussie? I don't know if he's like from Sri Lankan descent or what. I don't even know. Anyways, it's fine. Verbruggen, Van de Ven, Calafiori, Senesi, Semenyo, Enzo, Kudus, Rogers, Eze, Joe Pedro, Haaland, Ekitike, Murillo, Wan-Bissaka, and Dubravka. Here's a question to Tiger, to your missus. Has does she need a wildcard? I mean, she could potentially wildcard if she wanted to in like Game Week 8 or something. Would you keep wildcarding Game Week 8? Does she have money to get Gyökeres in, Tiger? Can you ask her if she has money to get Gyökeres in for her team? Ekitike to Gyökeres, potentially, is probably what I would do. And then maybe bench Joe Pedro if that needs to be done. I don't know. That's the only thing. Or even bench Enzo. Would I bench Enzo or Joe Pedro? I'll let her decide that. That's one potential substitution that I might do. I don't mind to have a bench warmer forward because striker returns are extreme opposite strikers. Only reliable is Haaland. Fair enough. Then Thiago is at 6 million from Brentford. It's not too bad actually. And there is also obviously Dominic Calvert-Lewin against Leeds for Leeds. She hasn't played a wildcard yet. Yeah, okay. I mean, she can do Ekitike to Gyökeres, and then she can decide in Game Week 8 if she wanted to wildcard Game Week 8 during the international break, or keep it a bit more longer for like a Game Week 13 wildcard or something. Has she played her other chips though? Like triple captaincy, bench boost, those kind of chips? Did she play triple captaincy last week? There's games tonight, so waiting to transfer. Yeah, guys, if you're making transfers, only do it if you're on like... Well, if you're making transfers for Arsenal players, it's fine, because Arsenal have already played. But if you can hold on transfers, yes, only make transfers if you're on like a free hit or a wildcard chip. The rest of you should probably just wait until all the games are done. She can take Ekitike or for Gyökeres. Yeah, I probably might do that. Ekitike to Gyökeres. Advik, welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, played wildcard and triple captain plan. Chalobah to Gabriel as others seems okay to me. Or should I just save it? Yeah. I'd do Chalobah to Gabriel. I would do that transfer. If so, which game week should I use bench boost? Bench boost, I think, looking at your team, I said was game week 8. One. Game week 8, have a look at game week 8 and see if you like game week 8. The only thing I mentioned with game week 8 was because you have Grealish. Grealish won't be available for that game week. So you'll have to make a transfer to remove Grealish that week. Otherwise, you play it this week. Villa play tonight? Yes. She hasn't played any chips. She should have played her triple captaincy. Tiger, you should have informed her last week about playing her triple captaincy. When should she play her wildcard? I think game week 8 is one, but she doesn't really need to play it in game week 8 because her team looks okay. I think the other, well, her team is it's not fully okay. There's Murillo and Wan-Bissaka. I think Game Week 8 is one option. She could play her wildcard in Game Week 8 and then bench boost in Game Week 9. That's one possibility. Otherwise, she can wildcard in Game Week 13 as well. She'll need to put it in like a fixture ticker and kind of see. Edwin, welcome. Are you doing team reviews? Yes. Today's team reviews. She pressed her wrong button. Oh no. Tiger was like, I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm just going to enjoy these Haaland points. Alright, and then this one was from Manish. Rufus Muno. Oh, triple up on Crystal Palace. Senesi, Salah, Caicedo, Semenyo, Xhaka, Haaland, Bowen. Very interesting team. Isidore on the bench. You know what? I might potentially add Isidore as like a first sub option just in case. But I think everyone should start here. Yeah. Fair enough. I guess the question for you is, Manish, any Arsenal players? Thinking of any Arsenal players against West Ham? Did I miss anyone's comments? No, I haven't missed anyone else's. Edwin's ID 75. Okay, let me bring that up. We'll put it in Becky's one here. I just realized deadline is Friday late night. Yes. Should I make a community post? I have come to realize that all of you guys not all of you guys. I come to realize that a few of you guys tend to miss deadlines. So now I'm wondering if I should either put a community post saying that the deadline is Friday night, or if I should schedule my deadline stream way earlier in the day so that you guys can see that there's a deadline stream on that day. So I don't know what to do now, because I need to remind you guys of deadlines. This is Edwin's team. Edwin has Rhea, Van Dijk, Cash, Calafiori, Elliott, Anderson, Gakpo, Enzo, Kudus, Joe Pedro, Haaland. Ooh, Ekitike. So here's the question for you as well, Edwin. The same question I've been asking others. Arsenal. Have you looked at any Arsenal options? Any thoughts? Have you played your wildcard? You did. Game week 4. You played. Wait, you didn't play your triple captaincy last week? No. I thought you were playing your triple captaincy. Oh well, it is what it is. Schedule early. Okay, I'll schedule it in the morning. The thing is, when I schedule it the day before, then when people look at the subscription boxes, it's like way too down for this thing. It's like way too down, the subscription boxes. Maybe I'll schedule it early morning and say the time. Yeah. I always mention the time, but yeah. Also, keep in mind, for those of us here in Australia, the clocks turn on the Sunday, right? The clocks go 1 hour forwards, so we get 1 hour less sleeping time. Depending on where you are, in which state you are, the clocks change. And then next week in the UK, this impacts the rest of you guys. The UK clocks, I think the people in the UK can confirm this to me. The clocks change for you all next week. Yes? No? If I'm not mistaken, there's like a 1 hour change in terms of time. But you got 71 without triple captain. That's true. Yeah. Manish says won't have enough due to Semenyo, Price, and Salah and Haaland. Are you planning on keeping Salah, or have you thought of selling Salah? That's the other question. The other thing is, I think you probably should look the other options are potentially like downgrading Munoz to like a 4 million defender, like downgrading Munoz to a 4 million defender, upgrading Xhaka to like a Eze or something like that as well. That's a possibility as well. I mean, downgrading Salah is also one, to be honest. So there are a few other alternatives as well, but you need to downgrade a bit of cash here and there, which you probably can't do in one free transfer. How all good? How did your game week go? Says Advik. Game week actually went pretty decently. 69 points. We went from 5.7 million to 3.4 million. So it's like a what 2.2 almost a 2.3 million rank rise. 2.3 million rank rise, which is pretty good. I'll take that. But yeah, not a bad game week overall. Edwin says 2.9 in the bank, 4 free transfers, wildcard played. Yes, I noticed that. 4 free transfers. Okay, that changes a few things. So here's a few questions. Advik, to you. You haven't played your bench boost. Have you thought about when you're planning on playing that? And I think looking at your team, Ekitike could probably be sold to maybe a Gyökeres if you wanted to. That's one option. You could also go a few other strikers. There are a few other strikers available as well. Depends on who you want to go to. Probably keep Elliott for this week and then have to sell next week. Cody Gakpo. I don't know about Gakpo. What to do with Gakpo, to be honest. What are you feeling like? My Eze, Saka, Gyökeres. My initial thoughts is Gyökeres for Ekitike and Semenyo for Anderson. That actually might be the play. That actually might be a good play. Yeah, I don't mind that. I've just realized you don't have Senesi. Maybe next week you probably look at doing like Medicash to Senesi next week. Potentially. But yeah, maybe Anderson to Semenyo and Ekitike to Gyökeres is pretty good shout. UK is end of October. Is it the end of October? I always thought it was next week. Okay, my bad then. My bad. Minte seems to be starting to be slowly playing more 90-minute games. Yes. Let's hope it continues like that and he doesn't get subbed early now. Not thought about bench boost yet. Fair enough. Maybe have a look because that will slightly affect. I guess it doesn't affect your transfers too much because those transfers you mentioned is completely fine because you have Dubravka and Rodin. You looking at your bench, like of those two at least, you can play your bench boost either next week or the week after, whichever is fine. Next week they play each other. Week after they play Wolves and West Ham, I think. Burnley play Wolves in game week 9. Leeds play West Ham in game week 9. Yeah. Same, got a good bench boost. Got a good boost from 2.7 to 1.4. Nice. That's a good boost as well. Well done. Okay, did I have a look at everyone's teams? I think I did. Have I missed anything? I don't think I have missed anyone's teams. Alright. I think we'll look sideways move from Calafiori. Gabriel doesn't seem worth it unless Calafiori gets less minutes. I think this week with the injury that Gabriel picked up, maybe you don't have to do it now itself. But eventually I would like to do it because Calafiori is not hitting 90 minutes, right? Like he's not going to be on in those last few minutes when you want him to. Like he's hit only 90 minutes twice so far. So that's the only thing with Calafiori. He's not going to be hitting 90 minutes often. So eventually I'd want to get to Gabriel. But yeah. Who would you play with the moves in mind? I would have done Ekitike to Gyökeres. Anderson is playing Newcastle. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would have probably done Ekitike to Gyökeres, and I probably would have done Anderson to Semenyo. The other option was I would have also potentially had a look at. I guess it depends. Like next week as well, potentially. This depends whether Gakpo is a good option or not. I don't even know what to do with Gakpo. Yeah, I think for now, Ekitike to Gyökeres and Anderson to Semenyo sounds good. And then I would probably want to get like a Senesi in. Whether that's next week or the week, probably next week. Even Matikash to Senesi, Harvey Elliott could also probably leave to Ismail Sarr or something. Potentially, or Who else? There are a few other options, maybe midfield. All depends on where you like how you approach it. But you've got a good number of transfers, so I'll probably do those two for now. However, before you do your moves, Edwin, Gakpo's price is going to drop up. My sale value is 7.5 anyway. Okay, before you do those moves, probably wait till Aston Villa have played their European game. Aston Villa playing Europa League today night or tomorrow morning, depending on time zone. So just wait till that game is done before you do any moves, just to make sure the Aston Villa players are all okay as well. So just hold on before making those moves, because price changes will anyways be after the game, right? So if you are if you're awake before the price changes, it should be fine. We can actually have a look at who's changing. Mateta or Joe Pedro to hold. I probably lean towards Mateta at the moment. Based on form, I probably lean towards Mateta. Although Joe Pedro fixtures are going to improve. Prices. By the way, it seems like I got accepted to live FPL's app testing. So I'll be going to be testing live FPL's app on Android, seeing how it does, and we'll give feedback to Ragaboli in terms of what he's been doing. Nick Pope is going to be rising from the looks of it. Gakpo is falling, Chris Wood falling, Rutter falling, Brennan Johnson, Ben White, Bendanko, McAllister, okay. Luis Kelly also. Joe Pedro is close to falling. Oh, that's an interesting one. Didn't really see that coming. Fair enough. I think a lot of people are selling to Gyökeres. Eze could go up. Dan Burn could go up. Rufus could go up. Saka could go up. Oh, rip. Okay. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Anderson's price dropped overnight. Yes, he did. So I'll hold off on transfers until deadline now. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Who's another player should the Mrs. transfer out? So start Gyökeres. The other player, well, she'll have to bench probably bench Joe Pedro or Enzo. Who to bring in? At the moment, she doesn't need to make another transfer. I think if she has any transfers, roll the transfers. And game week 8, she can look into changing the bench. And then deciding like when she's bench boosting, whether that's game week 8, game week 9. Maybe it's good to bench boost and then play the wildcard after bench boosting, so that you don't have to worry about the bench after that. So maybe she could, like game week 8, based on her transfers, potentially look into bench boosting game week 8 or even game week 9. Potentially. Send team on Insta. Alright, let me bring it up. Yes, I got it. And I think we'll end it with Advik's team. What do you think of swapping Wan-Bissaka for Mukiele or Guehi? Doesn't have to be done this week. Next week, yes. Doesn't necessarily have to be done this week, is what I'm saying. What about Saka, Eze and Voltemade instead? That's also not too bad. If you can get to Saka and Voltemade as well, I don't mind that as well as a combination. Or do you think? Do you like Gyökeres and Semenyo? Ooh. Thing is, this week Bournemouth don't have a very easy fixture against Fulham. Tough decision. I like Saka, not gonna lie. But Gyökeres is getting good minutes. Because Gyökeres is getting good minutes, I probably lean towards Gyökeres and Semenyo. And Semenyo is also getting points at the moment. So maybe Gyökeres and Semenyo. But Saka is also nice if you can get there. Ideally, you'd want to have both Saka and Gyökeres, potentially. Should she play Enzo? I probably play Enzo and bench Joe Pedro, because Enzo at least has pens, is what I'm thinking. Alright, this one is from Advik. Dubravka, Senesi, Saliba, Porro, Sa, Minte, Reinders, Semenyo, Gyökeres, Joe Pedro, Haaland. Endoy on the bench, Van de Ven, Esteban, Sanchez. Advik, did you play any chips? Have you played? Wait. triple captaincy played in game week 6. That was on Haaland last week, I think. So, okay, Advik, here's a question to you, since it seems like you still have your wild card. When do you plan on playing it? Game week 8 or game week 13? And I think after Advik's team, we'll stop for the day. Also, people, if you haven't already, please do make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new as well. We saw, I think, I only saw one new name today, which was Super. Everyone else has been the regulars. Probably 13, fair enough. Tom, welcome. How are you doing? Talking about new names. Welcome to the Football Chatbox. Gakpo to Saka or Anderson VVD to Gabriel. Oh, would mean I need to play Gakpo with dodgy minutes, but Gabriel better long term. When you put it like that, maybe Anderson to Gabriel. But before you do that, because Gabriel came off with a slight injury in the Champions League, he should be fine. I think he should be fine for the game. But just keep an eye out for that. It's not like Arteta will tell us anything anyways. He's not going to really tell us anything truth in the press conference, but just thought I'll mention that as well. But I think Gabriel would be the option here. And hope that Gakpo starts. Now that TK is injured, just got to hope that Gakpo starts this upcoming game. And then this is Advik's team. Advik, what are you planning on doing in terms of moves? Oh, are you just rolling the transfer? Or have you done transfers already? Done transfers already? Okay, fair enough. Was that transfer including his Melsa as a transfer in? Brought in Minte? Fair enough. I did mention him as a goodwill punting option on another pod. So yeah, on FPL Side Nets podcast. So fair enough. Yeah, I don't mind Minte. I do not mind Minte at all. Fair enough. All right. Team looks good. I think would Longstaff be a repeatable punt? No. He hasn't really proven to be like that repeatable punt. So no, I wouldn't say so. At the moment, if you guys wanted a cheap option, I did mention this last week as well, and he went and delivered, to be honest. I did mention James Garner last week. And to be fair, he went and delivered again. Like I said, like it's just like he came up with the points. The guy just gets I think he gets DEFCON. Does he get DEFCON? If I'm not mistaken. He tends to get like very close to DEFCON. So he's been getting decent number of points, not gonna lie. But at least his points seem a bit more repeatable than James Garner's. So than Sean Longstaff's. But like yeah. Who should I captain? Haaland. Simple as. He's just on too good form, right? There's no reason to captain someone else when he's on insane form. When's your live stream? Tomorrow, 2 hours before the deadline. So for me here, the deadline's at 3:30 in the morning, which means 1:30 my time, which would be 11:30 your time, Tiger, and that would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 hours. That'll be like 4-ish something in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be about like 11:30 for the Malaysia, Singapore, Tigers area as well, in terms of like the other side of Australia. Haaland permacap for the moment looks like it. All right, I think we'll end it there for today. So see you all for deadline stream tomorrow. Do not forget deadline stream. Make sure you locked your teams as well, and please set your deadlines because it's a late night deadline as well. So make sure you guys have set your teams. I will see you all tomorrow. If you guys want to join the Discord is available for the YouTube members. So if anyone wants to join that, that's also, the links are there. You just have to be a YouTube member. I thought I'll mention that. Yeah, Jamie, welcome. Was the stream earlier today or something? No, we started at the same time. But I'm willing to have a look at your team before I end. So quickly ask any questions, Jamie. If you have any questions, send it over. I'll have a look at your team before we finish. Who's playing? What do you mean who's playing? Tomorrow? Tomorrow, Bournemouth versus Fulham. Thanks, guys. Have a good evening or afternoon. Yes, indeed. Another possible combo is JP to Gyökeres, Gakpo to Kudus. Oh. That's not too bad overall as well. That's not too bad. I can do deadline stream for my team. Alright, no worries, Jamie. Okay, I'll have a look at your team on the deadline stream. So send it over. When I create the tweet, you can just send it on a message or send it in the tweet, your team, and I'll load it up as one of the first teams for the deadline stream. Alright, have a good one, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow for the deadline stream. Until then, have a good night or good evening or even good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later.